You're watching Mijas International Interview Section. Good afternoon. Two guests for you today. Sandy Malol from the Key to Mijas Costa magazine. She's the managing editor. And just to remind you that it's a really handy size to be able to put in your handbag or perhaps in the car, wherever in your house as well. And you can keep this and keep up to date with everything that's happening in the municipality. It doesn't take up much room. Now, accompanying Sandy is Christine Heckel. We have had her on the programme before. Some of the viewers might remember. She's an expert in sound and energy healing, and she's an official representative of the Peter Hess Institute from Germany. And she's the only sound practitioner in Spain authorised to teach under the auspices of the Peter Hess Academy. So it's a good afternoon to both of you.
Good afternoon, Karen.
Lovely to see you again. Lovely to see you again as well, Sandy. And you've got a wonderful What's On guide for us. There's really quite a lot of things to chat about, so that's good. And as always, we'll start with the person that's accompanying you, Christine. Now, Christine, as I was saying earlier, I mean, what led you into this type of sound healing was the fact that at one point in your life you were really quite ill with Lyme disease, and you tried all sorts of things, whether it was from like the National Health, like natural healing as well, but you did find that this was the sort of thing that helped you, and of course you wanted to carry on your experience and to help other people as well, to balance their lives, so to speak. But I think lots of people would be interested to know, when did sound massage come about? You know, where's it from?
Well, the origins are in the Eastern world, where they use sound for healing purposes in their day-to-day. And the technique I'm working with has been developed since 30 years, and it's a continuous development to adjust the therapy to the lifestyles we really live every day.
Okay, so, and that's something that's just been passed down through the number of years, all the knowledge.
Yeah. Well, the founder, the original, is with Peter Hess. He's been an engineer, and then he discovered the qualities of sound vibration, the healing purposes of sound vibration, and he thought this is something we need to bring to our Western world. And he started 30 years ago to bring this here to our world, and he developed it with doctors, with scientists, with therapists like physiotherapists, but as well occupational therapists, and with teachers in schools. So it has become a package to serve a variety of disciplines for improving and managing health.
And when you think about it, when you're under stress, you tend to sort of put some nice soothing music on, sound, don't you? And it calms you down. So in a similar fashion, but this is much more precise, the Tibetan singing bowls. Now, I noticed that there's a lot of different sizes. Is that because it's for different types of ailments, different types of healing?
Well, yes. What they have discovered, that depending on what the alloy consists of and on the size, they know that it produces different frequencies. And by research, we know now that different parts of our body, for example, resonate with different frequencies. So we have a selection of singing bowls, which are actually therapy singing bowls, to use for our work to support different parts of our body and to serve different or variety of how would you say, different
problems, ailments,
objects, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And are you able to give us a quick demonstration of the sound?
Yeah, I will. This is a meditation bowl and has quite a high frequency and is great for the heart region and working upwards to our head.
You can still hear it resonating, can't you?
And I'm vibrating because I have the treatment quite often.
Oh, do you? Yes. Yeah. And do you find it helps you as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely felt that straight away.
And how can it help people? You know, there'll be people sat watching the programme thinking, well, I've got this, it's a problem with me, would that be right for me? So what type of things?
First of all, it acts with two of our senses. The first one is the hearing, the auditive sense, and the second one is the vibrations or the vibrotactile sense. We place normally the singing bowls on the body, so the vibration goes directly into the body, absorbed by the skin, and with the liquids we carry in our body, our blood, the lymphatic, it's carried through all our bones, muscles, nerves, into every part of our body. Is to say, it brings into movement every cell of any of our billion cells, you know. So that's why we describe it as a cell massage or call it a sound massage. And it helps people that suffer simply under stress and the symptoms of stress. Headaches, migraines, people that have neck problems, back problems. How many people have shoulder problems? I guess every other person raises their hand.
And I would think every single person that has a sit-down job as well.
Definitely. Lower back problems, people that suffer under a nervous stomach because of the stress, for example, people that have concentration problems, sleeping problems, blockages, tensions that show just in discomfort, you know. You can use it with any age group, I've been working with fresh-born babies up to elderly people, and even if someone sits in a wheelchair, it's very beautiful, you can use it. When someone sits in a wheelchair. So it helps in almost all cases, let me call it like this. There are some cases we would not necessarily use the sound therapy with singing bowls, but in most of the cases, yes, we would.
And you do quite a few workshops and in different languages as well, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, because you've got them in German and English, and I presume in Spanish.
In Spanish, yes.
And is that group therapy? How does that work then?
It is actually both. I have been authorized by the Peter Hess Institute in Germany about 2.5 years ago to teach the sound therapy according to Peter Hess here in Spain. So I started training people on it, and I do like half-day workshops. If someone has a singing bowl back home, and a lot of people have actually, and they don't exactly know what they have to do with it, so I teach them what they can do with it back at their home for their personal use. And then I start teaching people who are maybe therapists or those who want to become sound massage practitioners. I can teach all the training from the beginning to the end to certify them as a practitioner. And usually people, what they describe, even a weekend training course, this is like a retreat because it works for them too. Is to say, if I give a sound treatment, I receive the sound vibration too.
Okay, and you said that you've had a few of these sessions as well. And is that for stress that's relaxed you?
Yeah, it's for stress, relax, but it makes you so much more creative. It's absolutely astonishing, and you just you're able to work so many more hours and put so much more into things.
Because it energises you.
It energises you, and it's it's just lovely to have an hour's complete peace and switch off.
Yeah, as well. Yes, yeah, that's good. And I know you offer a lot of different courses, but before we talk about them, could you remind us what the Asian cellular rejuvenation treatment is?
Yeah, I combine the sound therapy with an energy healing. I discover a lot when people come on a one-to-one treatment to see me. They're very stressed, especially when they're management roles, they travel a lot, and well, they run actually up and down all day long. So I combine so they get really all the attention out of their head and get rather centered. And then all this can have a more deep effect, really. So it relaxes them, but really down to the physical level, to emotional level, mental level, and it centers them so they can do what they have to do. And this is where I bring in usually my solution and resource-oriented focus.
Okay. And what sort of courses do you do? I know you teach people as well. There's different levels, isn't there?
Yes.
So have you got some coming up?
Yes, actually, not this week, but the next weekend, and I think we have it even on the display here. It's the 25th and the 6th of April. Here in Fuengirola, Los Boliches, I have the second level of the sound massage training, and I repeat on the 9th and the 10th of May, the level 1. So people can really start anytime there is a course available, and then they can continue in their own speed if they wish.
And so you practice in several different places, don't you?
Yeah.
Just remind us where they are.
Well, I work from Nueva Andalucía, where I share a clinic or like a consulta with 2 other therapists. And I work here in Fuengirola from the Los Boliches in a Japanese clinic, actually, and it's a very complementary therapy work. And I do work from Las Chapas.
Oh, as well. Okay. And is there anything you want to add about this technique, about this treatment, and about the Tibetan singing bowls?
Yeah, I think it is a very beautiful work, because I hear a lot of people, they say, oh, I'm so stressed. Or when you ask them, when have you been latest really nicely relaxed? Oh, years ago often, they tell you, isn't it? And what I love about this work is people don't have to do anything for it. Let's say you go to a yoga class, you have to work and stretch. Yeah. Let's say people sit down and say, I want to meditate because I need to clear my mind for what I have to do. I try, and it doesn't work. So the sounds that are produced with the singing bowls, which are rich in overtones, they allow you to go into deep relaxation because it connects the brain hemispheres. So it really allows you to enter into a state of deep relaxation of consciousness, which is very beneficial to our health, because we need these states of mind for regeneration and restoration in all aspects, physically and mentally.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Christine.
Thank you, Karen.
And later on, I mean, I know you're going to be doing a special retreat in August, so we'll have you back later on, nearer the time, to talk about that.
Thank you.
Okay. And